I'm taking you on a solo overland trip along one of Arizona's most scenic and historic routes, the Mogollon Rim Trail, also known as Forestry Road 300. This trail is legendary in Arizona, running for about 43 miles along the edge of the Mogollon Rim and cutting through both the Coconino Forest and the Tonto National Forest. It's a route filled with towering ponderosa pines, endless overlooks, and a deep history. The kind of place that makes you fall in love with the Southwest all over again. The Mogollon Rim is named after the Mogollon people, a Native American culture that thrived in the Southwest from around 200 AD to 1450 AD. They were farmers, hunters, and skilled potters, and their influence spread across what is now Arizona, New Mexico, and northern Mexico. Later, the Apache and other tribes used this high country as both hunting grounds and a refuge. When you drive along the rim, you're not just seeing the incredible views, you're traveling through layers of history that go back thousands of years. I spent most of my day driving along Forestry Road 300, winding across the top of the Mogollon Rim. At times, the road rides the very edge of the rim itself, and the drop-offs are dramatic. Cliffs that plunge more than 2,000 feet down into the forests and desert valleys below. This is where the Colorado Plateau ends and the basin and range regions begins. So the views stretch for miles and miles. It's easy to see why this road is so famous among overlanders and campers. There are dozens of places to pull off, set up camp, and take in some of the best scenery Arizona has to offer.
Spirals along. to set on fire.
all of it is paved, but a big portion of this end has been paved now. So, looking forward to when we get to the dirt road part. What? I guess they're wild horses just right here. Hanging out. I came across something I wasn't expecting. A small group of wild horses grazing in a meadow near the road. A few of them were mares with young colts, and they kept a careful eye on me as I slowed down to watch from a distance. Wild horses have roamed parts of Arizona for centuries, descendants of Spanish stock, brought here hundreds of years ago. Seeing them up close on the rim was an incredible reminder of just how wild and untamed this land still is.
Sunlight on the sea reminds me of where we used to be. Your hair caught in the wind, like a sail, you're drifting far from me. In my mind we're playing hide and seek, guiding me while the waves sigh and speak. You're gone but still you're with me. You will always be my love. Always be my love. My love. My love.
Along the way, I stopped to fuel up at the Rim Resort. Built in the early 20th century, it was one of the first places where visitors could stay when they came to see the Mogollon Rim. Over time, it became a popular stop for hunters, hikers, and families escaping the summer heat. I took a moment to mark the Rim Resort on my Gaia. It's a great stop along the rim for essentials like gas, snacks, propane, showers, laundry, and even potable water refills. If you're enjoying this adventure with me, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next trip. As I continued to make my way along the trail, I found myself reflecting on why I treasure solo travel so much. Being out here alone gives me space to reset, to breathe, and to remember who I am outside of all the roles I play every day. So often we're pulled into 100 different directions, as a wife, mother, father, friend, caregiver, and even a boss at times. And in the process, it's easy to lose sight of our own identity. I'll admit I struggle with quieting my mind, but time like this, time out on the trail, helps me to slow down, gather my thoughts, and put myself first for a change. There's something healing about the solitude. The quiet isn't empty, it's full of meaning. It's in the rustle of the pines, the crunch of the gravel under my tires, the way the horizon seems endless. Out here, I'm reminded that it's okay to just take up space for myself, just to be without any expectations. These moments of stillness and self-connection are why I keep coming back to solo travel. It's not about escaping others, it's about returning to myself. After finishing my journey along the rim, I started making my way northwest. My route took me through the Navajo Nation toward Marble Canyon and White Pocket, with a crossing over the historic Navajo Bridge at Lee's Ferry. The bridge itself is a landmark. Built in 1929, it was the only crossing of the Colorado River for hundreds of miles. Before the bridge, crossing here meant using a dangerous ferry, and many travelers never made it across. Marble Canyon is where the Colorado River begins carving its way into the Grand Canyon, and the cliffs here glow red and gold in the evening light. It's one of those places that feels timeless, like you've stepped into another world. From there, I headed toward White Pocket, a remote area on the Paria Plateau, famous for its swirling sandstone formations. The drive isn't easy, it's deep sand and takes preparation, but the reward is a landscape unlike anything else, with rocks twisted into shapes that look almost otherworldly. As the sun dropped lower, I spent over an hour searching for a good camping spot on nearby BLM land. The challenge of overlanding is that sometimes finding a campsite is the hardest part of the day. With the sky turning a deep orange and shadows stretching across the desert, I finally found a spot just outside of Marble Canyon. By the time I set up camp, it was well into the dark, and I was exhausted but grateful to have a quiet place to rest. The stars overhead were unbelievable. No city lights, just the desert night sky stretching forever. This stretch from the Mogollon Rim across the Navajo Nation to camping near Marble Canyon was one of the most memorable legs of my trip. The next day, I would continue on to St. George, Utah to meet up with my good friends Bill and Deb from Cottywomple Overland. But this night out on my own reminded me why I love overlanding so much. It's about the unknown, the challenges, and the history under your tires. Those rare moments of connection with the land. If you enjoyed this journey, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next adventure. And for more behind-the-scenes stories, routes, and exclusive updates, please check out our Patreon family. Thanks for riding along, and until next time, safe travels, friends. Want to get even more involved with our community and support what we do? Join us on Patreon. You'll get access to exclusive content like behind-the-scenes footage, early access to videos, members-only live streams, and a chance to connect with us directly. Plus, your support helps us to continue to create the content you love.